Hey guys, it's Chris here with Work to Game, and as we move towards the next patch and eventually expansion, some of you might have some time that you want to spend picking up some mounts and minions and maybe a few extra achievements. Now, I personally have seen more of the Golden Saucer ones lately, and I would love to get my hands on them. Now for the two mounts I want, it's 200,000 and 1 million MGP, so I kind of am looking for what is the fastest way to earn MGP. The easiest way to get the first chunk of MGP in each week is to complete that section of your challenge log. No one part of this log is particularly hard, and many of them don't even take that long. Many of these things will contribute directly towards you getting more achievements, which I always want more of. If you haven't found this section of your achievements, it's actually underneath character in its own subsection titled Golden Saucer. This week I am focused on the 6 minigames. You're expected to win 3 of them, and you're expected to produce a total winnings of 100 MGP. Now they each cost 1 MGP per round to play. That doesn't matter. If it takes you 100 times to play it and you only win 100, yes, your total MGP didn't go up, but you'll still pick up that big chunk from finishing that piece of your challenge log. Now the first game I'd like to go over is Out on a Limb, but I'm going to go ahead and go over the second one at the same time, which is called Finer Minor, because they are almost identical. For those of you that didn't play in 1.0, this is a throwback to the way gathering was done and is fairly straightforward. The very first piece of the game selects your difficulty. The big green cactar section is easy. That'll give you like 6 moves in Out on a Limb, for example. The next section is yellow with the Morble symbol on it. That'll drop you to 5 moves. And the final is your Titan difficulty in red. That's only going to give you 4 moves. These do increase your rewards, but I find that Titan just makes the game a lot harder. After that, it moves into a game of finding a sweet spot. On Out on a Limb, it's a bouncing thing like this. You're just trying to find that spot that means excellent. In Finer Minor, it's actually like a sonar target, and there's a specific ring size that'll get you there. Now, obviously, you can fail, just like in Battleship, just a complete miss, and that just tells you it's not even close. The next would be good, then great, and excellent. Once you nail in that excellent, it is going to go ahead and finish that for free immediately. Good might get you a little bit, great might get you a little bit more, but when you're playing on those higher difficulties, you're going to have to be hitting great every time just to not run out of moves. Now the one unique thing about these games is that once you succeed, you're not done. Now, you can always double down, but this isn't exactly double. It varies in how many points it gives you based on the difficulty in which of the 2 games you're playing. You'll be able to do this up to 5 times or until you run out of time, which is always what happens to me first. If you can double down just a few times, that 100 MGP is not going to be hard to get. To the best of my knowledge, for Out on a Limb, your rewards start at 20, 25, and 30 for each of the difficulties, finishing out in 240, 300, and 420 MGP if you're able to push it all the way to that 6th tier before you run out of time. If you run out of time mid-go, that is an automatic forfeit, so make sure you don't push double down if you know you can't complete it. Finer Minor actually seems to always have a little bit tighter of a window for what's considered excellent, so it's harder to progress through the rounds. It also starts at 15, 20, and 25, but it goes up much faster. I struggle to get very far in this one, so I've gone ahead and looked around. The most I can find consistent information on is round 4 of the 6. I'm already at 70, 295, and 420. You can tell that it can obviously go a lot further, but it's going to be a little harder. I've heard round 5 on Morble, for example, can already get you to 570. So by that logic, you could really make this into something if you're able to win a lot. Now this is a decent MGP per hour. There are other sources in the saucer that can be a lot more consistent and a lot easier, but it's probably the highest MGP out of any of the mini games, just as far as total minutes invested. The next game is my personal favorite, and it's Cuff Occur. There is one of these upstairs, but each of the other games that I'm going to talk about have their own section downstairs with an emblem on the map and that kind of goofy Final Fantasy font where once you know the names you can kind of read it. And this is a pretty simple punching game. The reason I like this game is it's going to put a target somewhere on a bar, and as it bounces back and forth you can actually hit that bar from either direction. And you have that same good, great, excellent, excellent getting you only 25 MGP. So while you only need to win 3 for the challenge log, you're going to have to win at least 4 just to hit your 100 MGP for the week. These rounds don't take very long. If you could play this in load screens or something like that, I would play this game all the time. The 4th game is Moogle's Paw. This is a crane game like at any fair you may have been to. They seem like a scam to be in real life. It seems a little bit like a scam to be in this one, because I swear sometimes I get my little Moogle right over the tiny ball and it just has to be so precise. Now the one difference between this and a crane game is you're only going to get to move left as long as you hold the button. You're only going to get to move up and down as long as you hold the button. You get one shot. You can't change the order, which means that if there aren't two balls in a line and you get your left right off, you're already screwed. I've heard my friend Tim wins this every time. So if you can be good at it, 25 MGP, it can get you to your 100 in a hurry. The fifth is Crystal Tower Striker. This is my least favorite for the exact same reasons that I like Cuff a Cur. Your goal is to time as a bar goes up. It's going to go through nothing, good, great, excellent, but it's going to change how far it goes each time, which means even if my timing's perfect, what if I click and it happens to have not made it to excellent that time? All of a sudden now it went to great, pushes me back into nothing. I get nothing for it. So it is the most game of chance out of any of them. It follows the same trend as the other two. They're usually going to have like a 10 and a 25. Some of these games have a third or a fourth payout, but they're never very much. Especially when you think, I need 1.2 million to get the two mounts I want. Last is Monster Toss. Out of all the games designed, this is my favorite as an idea. This is one of those shoot the basketball in, how many can you get in the time? The goal would be at least 5. I always get at least 1. I really struggle to get more than 3. And you're going to have different payouts as you fall into different tiers. I think the max if you get the 5 is 50. So you're not, once again, talking about the solution to your 1.2 million problem, but you are knocking out that section of your challenge log. So if you're already in the saucer, you might as well do these mini games and just do the one that you prefer. So out of these 60, while I like to cuff those curs, I would love to know which one you like. If you haven't tried them at all, you should definitely play at least the 3. You should probably stick around until you win your 100 MGP if you're already there playing some of the other attractions, such as Triple Triad, Chocobo Racing, or maybe you're just there to play the Cacpot each week. And hopefully you didn't lose too many rounds. At 1 apiece, they're not a big deal, but I imagine if you're like, oh god, I played 1,000, that would start to add up. But even then, just one Cacpot winning of 10,000 is probably going to cover more mini games than you play in your entire time playing Final Fantasy. This is absolutely part of the game I recommend. I'm glad they threw it in. And let me know which of the 6 games you like in the comments below. As always, please like this video if you'd like to see more like it, or if you just like what we do here at Work to Game. Please subscribe if you haven't joined our excellent growing community. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.